So hello again guys, and I'm gonna show you how to do this animation on Figma. It is an Among Us concept that will predict if you win or lose on the game. So stay tuned and we'll have a quick video montage on how to process it, and afterwards I'm gonna explain to you the animations. So hello guys, this is the animation explanation for this Figma video. The layers that you want to animate, be sure that they have the same layer name so that Figma will not be confused. There. So you can see that this guy goes up and this thing goes out here, and this thing rotates and expands, rotates and expands. And then this thing goes in slightly, and this thing is from the bottom going top, and this thing appears. Okay. So if we break down this position, it's just a slight right for the text. Then the X here is we squish them up, we scale them down by using the K button, and then rotate it. And these things we just move them in here together with this one, and these guys we just made it here opacity, and this one we move it below. It slowly reveals, and then it is tilted downward so that when it goes up, so that when the transition happens, it goes up. Like it appears like he is standing. Like this way. There we go. A delay with 100 millisecond and an ease in and ease out back with a 300 millisecond. So the second frame is just if you tap, it will instantly go on the next screen. There. And it will instantly go here like that. There we go. So in this one, there's a trick that you can do here. Very easy trick. So we'll go to prototype again. Wait, it's not prototype. Okay, let's just prototype it a bit. So if you type in launch odds, you go here, and then we go on tap and then navigate to there, right? And then we use Smart Animate. It is an ease in. We customize it and we move this way up, way up. So what will happen is this thing will scale very big, and essentially we will see a flash, and then the animation will go like this one. There. That. So in this frame going here, you'll see a big flash because what this does is it expands these elements, like on this one. I've hidden two elements here. So first is the spaceship. There. It's hidden. So what happens when you do that thing, it scales this thing way up and go back down. Way up and down. So there's a flash of color that you can see. So these things are scaled way up and down very fast. So these things are just grouped. These things are grouped, and I essentially just did this is get it down, and this one I move it down here and give it a 0 opacity here and paste it here. So this guy is actually just mask on this layer. So this is just a mask, and this is the frame. So we can actually do cool things on it. So what happens here with this guy is I just copied this first thing, and then I just pasted it here. So it will go back to this type of animation. So it will go back down inside the mask, and these guys will go back in there. So the easier thing to do is just copy the first thing, this thing, and paste it here. As you can see, it's there. Let me just show it to you again so that I'm not lying. But it's there. These things. The transition from here to here are all automatic. They have 1 millisecond delay with 150 milliseconds. 150 milliseconds. And it is very up. Very out there. 200 milliseconds, so that it will have a jitter effect. It will go up down very fast. It will bounce. So then in here is just an ease back. And this one is ease in and out. Going back here. Here is an ease in. So let me talk to you about these thing. The stars thing. So the stars thing are just opacities. So this has the 50 opacity, this has the 0 opacity of the star, and this has the 100 opacity back to 50, back to 100. I've masked also the fire from the jet. So you can do this thing. You can make it appear or reappear. And then I move around the character also. So it's a mask, so I can move it around. And then I try to rotate it a bit so that it moves it around. And the ship is also, I can rotate it. So I rotated it so that it will give you an impression that if the ship is also moving, the character is also moving, right? It's just a false illusion actually. So we have animated that. So what happens is when you click here, and the animation will start. Then if we go here, and then it continue until here without any interactions. So let's do it again. There we go. So after that, fate has already been decided. So this one going here is an on drag. So the moon is actually on the out layer, on this layer, and just make it appear. Just swipe it up. And then the text is actually, I've just added it. There's a 0 opacity here, I just added it here. And there's a text here also on the bottom with 0 opacity. And just move it up here and with 100 opacity. And I just move these things up. So the next one is, it seems like it's opening its mouth and the character is being stabbed. Okay, so how you do this is, so in this animation we have two here, this guy and this guy. So this is a separate layer. This one is also a separate layer. a separate group actually. So this one we need to rotate it above so that it's moving its jaws apart, ready for the kill. And this one is just a variation of it. So we just move it inside here. And this thing is actually we move it, we rotate it a bit. And then we move it. These things, we move it like this. And just give it a 0 opacity. Give it a 0 opacity. And that's good. So when it appears, seems like you just did a whammy on the player, right? And then after this, when you drag this, it is another after delay with 1 millisecond. So these things are automatically played after you drag this two. So this one, we have it here. It will move down. I have it with in 0 opacity. It will move down here, have 100 opacity, and this thing will just appear. It's here. Move down a bit. There we go. And then I move it down, rotate it, remove this thing, and apply this thing. And then rotate it a bit here. Then put an ha there. So this one is just a ha, HA, then a ha here. So this one will close, this will fall down, and then you make it, you scale it down again with the K, letter K, and then give it 50 opacity. Then you scale this up, give it 100 opacity, scale it to 50 opacity, and you move a bit the jaw so that it's moving, so that it seems like it's laughing. And this one also, move it down. So I think that's it. So to recap, what you need to do is to layer properly all your Figma groups so that Figma Smart Animate will not be confused on what you're doing. And be sure to, if you want to use scale properly, you use the K for scaling, not use this tool, because sometimes it does this, so it's not a uniform scale. And then you try to use mask, try to experiment how to use mask on Figma so that you can create these things. And always remember that after the transition, you can actually have quick animation after it without doing anything or without any user input, right? So that's it. I hope you have learned something today, and I hope you have a great day. Remember to like and subscribe. Share this to your friends if you want to. And anyways, have a good one.